Who made the Funkytown video? Full story. This is gonna be my first YouTube video, y'all. So what up? My name is Domingski, and I do reaction videos. So we're gonna watch a pretty dark video, and it's called "Who Made the Funkytown Video?" Full story. If you don't know what the Funkytown video is, I'm just gonna say I've never watched this video, but from what I've heard, it's a really messed up, like it's a really messed up video. Obviously, um, if any of y'all know what this video is, it's basically cartel guys killing, brutally murdering, and torturing this guy. Pretty much, I don't know who, but I forgot the whole details of it. But if you know what Funkytown is, all right. But if y'all don't know what it is, and you know, don't watch it. I recommend not watching it. I've never watched it because I don't mess with that type of stuff. But we're gonna watch this video.
2016, the infamously known Funkytown video hit the internet. It's a video that shocked everyone, even being dubbed as one of the worst videos to be seen on the internet. There was even a point in time where it was on YouTube, and even TikTok, giving out free trauma to the youth. While many were simply tempted by their own curiosities and decided to watch it. As traumatic as the video is, it still left me with questions. What could the victim have possibly done to receive such an unfathomable punishment? Or were these men just some sick, barbaric lunatics? We're talking about cartels here, so that's not far from the truth. But what led up to one of the most horrible pieces of content to be created? I want to give more of a backstory behind what happened in the Funkytown video, offering the most plausible explanations and who was possibly behind it, rather than go into detail about what the victim suffered, because there's tons of videos on that already, and I think it's good to have different perspectives on what happened. It should obviously be known that the video is being filmed by a Mexican gang or cartel due to their accents, except that cartels tend to be more structured and organized, while gangs tend to commit more petty crimes. But the men in this video, they have no limits to their barbarism. You see, around the time when the infamous video touched down on the internet, an intense conflict between the Gulf Cartel and the Los Zetas.
If any of y'all ever been to Mexico, what part have y'all made? Have y'all been to Mexico? Put it down in the comment section. If you're part Mexican, if you're Mexican, or if you have a family of that, if your parents were born in Mexico, basically where you're from. My family is born in Mexico. I am half Mexican, so I've been to Mexico. It's pretty cool. It's not like a lot of people think that it's very dangerous, and yes, there is dangerous parts in Mexico, of course. Like obviously, you talk about Sinaloa, Michoacan, Durango, Zacatecas, Jalisco. Obviously those are pretty bad places to be at. But luckily my family is not in those bad places. But it's crazy because like the whole cartel shit and like all this stuff it's kind of scary, man. It's not a bad place when I went. But obviously like cartels, they operate everywhere. And yeah. But when I went there, it wasn't bad. Like I didn't experience nothing violent, thankfully. But when people would say like, "Oh, is Mexico dangerous to travel?" Yes and no. If you get into a situation like if you're just traveling to visit like family, I mean, as long as your family's not doing drugs, then that's fine. But if you're just visiting to like visit like a vacation, I would stay away from maybe just like these bad areas. Obviously, I would say just visit like the touristy parts like Cancun and Tulum and stuff. But it's just like you just gotta just don't mess with them, pretty much.
Was taking place around northeast Mexico. They remained rivals to each other, and each side was doing their best to outshock the other. The Los Zetas splintered away from the Gulf Cartel in 2010 and held sway over areas in eastern, central, and southern Mexico. The Funkytown video was far from the first shock video to be released during this intense conflict. 1 year later, after Funkytown was posted, another video was uploaded on Blog del Narco, a citizen journalism blog that documents the details of the Mexican drug war. In the video, it shows old school Zeta members, also known as Vieja Escuela, whom have splintered away from the Los Zetas. In the video, they're interrogating a supposed rival Gulf Cartel member until they begin removing his limbs while he's still conscious. However, the cameraman's voice in the video sounds very similar to the guy in the Funkytown video, and considering the feud between the Gulf Cartel and the Los Zetas at the time, who are known for being one of the most dangerous syndicates in Mexico, they use some kind of central southern accent from places like Jalisco, Michoacan, or Guerrero. Multiple cartels have territory in these places, however. These cartels likely have ranking members from either one of these areas. You see, in the audio of the Funkytown footage, at one point, I believe you can hear them say, "Así somos los Jaliscos," which means that's how we Jaliscos are. Which could also suggest that this could be the CJNG, the Jalisco New Generation cartel, who have possibly caught hold of a rival member.
Man, these guys are no joke, bro. Like CJNG, bro, they're no joke. The only ones I can think of like cartels is CJNG and the Sinaloa cartel, But fuck, man, these guys are. You do not want to mess with these guys.
Which could be the Knights Templar cartel, who was a main enemy at the time. The CJNG are one of the most dangerous organizations out of Mexico, and supposedly one of the most strongest drug cartels next to the Sinaloa, whom
So la presencia territorio. So I guess this is where they operate. Yeah, so their dominant presence is obviously in Jalisco. So near Jalisco, Nayarit, Guanajuato, Guadalajara. Their influence is Sonora, Coahuila, Nuevo León, Tamaulipas. And then their minimal presence. So they operate almost most of Mexico, except for Durango, Sinaloa, and parts of Chihuahua. Wow, okay.
They have splintered away from in 2010. It's also considered one of the fastest growing cartels. They also have extreme levels of barbarism. So perhaps there's a connection to what we hear in the video when they consider themselves Jaliscos. Initially, many believed that the victim was an abducted student of the 2014 Iguala kidnapping, where over 40 students were taken from the cartel after they seized the bus and attempted to protest against the local government, which is a truly wild case with many twists and turns in itself. There is shocking footage of the event. However, the abducted student in question had hands in the video, whereas in Funkytown, the victim does not. Therefore, the victim is not one of the abducted students. Also, in the Funkytown video, you can hear one of the men saying, "Te equivocaste de lado," which means something around, "You picked the wrong side," or "You got on the wrong side." The expression itself is implying that he could have joined with their rivals, and or was within enemy territory, and was simply apprehended. Many believe that he was simply trespassing, which was the reason for the victim's punishment. But does trespassing warrant this type of absolutely foul punishment? Certainly, it must be deeper than that. Another more known theory is that the victim was a member of the La Familia Michoacana, who have territory in Michoacan, the state of Mexico, and Guerrero, and that the Funkytown video was a result of infighting within the organization. Lalo Montecas was third in command of the LFM behind the brothers El Pez and El Freza. The brothers controlled the Guerrero state faction of the LFM, and Lalo controlled the Michoacan faction. Around the time, multiple factions within LFM were fighting against each other and creating division amongst the ranks. so it's plausible that the ones doing the attack were people of Lalo Matika's allied cells. And the victim was from a rival cell within the same organization who were at odds against leadership. So when you hear them say, "You got on the wrong side," perhaps that's what they meant. So within my research, I believe it could be either one of these cartels, the Los Zetas, the La Familia Michoacana, or the CJNG. The Los Zetas are very much known for their severe levels of barbarism, often showing no limits to what they do to shock their opposition. These cartels are all about sending a message that they're not to be messed with. And if you're a connoisseur of this type of content, you'll know that there's plenty of other videos like this, but some would consider the Los Zetas to be pioneers, for the lack of a better word, during this era. When it comes to shock videos like this, I could literally go on about how some of these cartels have delved into consuming actual human parts, but I won't stray off too far from the topic at hand, perhaps in another video, but I will say is that the Los Zetas aren't unfamiliar with it. None of these cartels have publicly acknowledged the existence of Funkytown that we know of, so who do you think is really behind it? As of now, most of the cartels that I've spoken about, such as the Los Zetas and the Gulf Cartel, have become more decentralized, often dividing into multiple cells that often fight against each other for controlled territories. While still active, LFM has weakened and fragmented in the recent years. It's likely that the guys who filmed the video aren't even on this earth anymore. As someone who's...
It's just like, bro, like I just don't like, it's just crazy to me how there's people over there in Mexico, like from the cartel, right? Like they enjoy that shit. They enjoy that stuff. They enjoy like torturing, murdering these people, you know, and even if they did the most heinous crime, it's still like fucked up. It's still messed up the way how they kill them. Like, I just saw a video. I was watching a YouTube video of this guy like interviewing a sicario. Basically, a sicario means like a hitman, and he was talking about how he killed this one guy from a rival cartel. What did he had like a machete, and he just like opened his stomach, and he just started pulling his intestines out, and he pulled his heart out. And this was on video. I didn't watch that video, of course. I was watching the YouTube video of the guy describing it because he watched it. And it's just like, oh my gosh. I don't like these guys are these people are just straight up evil. They're not like, I wouldn't even do that to my worst enemy. Just like pulling a heart out is crazy. It's just crazy.
Had a phase of watching this type of content, it's really not good for your mental health. But
yeah, that too. Don't be watching this type of stuff. If you're watching it and you like watching it, I'm sorry, but you need help. Like that is like, if there's people out there that watch this stuff for fun, for like, ooh, interesting. Nah, man, that's not me. You know, that ain't me. Never, like, I would never watch that type of stuff. Because it messes with your mental health. Like, it just, you know, it just messes up your mind and everything. Like, humans are not supposed to be looking at stuff like that. But yeah, man, don't be watching that stuff.
Funkytown video really stuck with me, and I wanted to get more research on it. It shows the true harsh realities that exist throughout the world, such as in Latin America. But some things in the world are just better off not knowing for your own sake. There's still a lot of mystery behind the Funkytown video, and I think that adds to the utter brutality of it. No one has openly claimed ownership of it, which is not uncommon among the cartel. Nowadays, these cartels have 4K videos of their horrific acts, flashy introductions and everything. Sometimes it's better to just watch some cartoons and detox your brain, rather than some good old shock content. You'll feel much better, promise.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that's That's yeah. I mean, don't be watching these type of videos. These are not videos that you should be watching. Um, if you watch that Funkytown video, you know, it's just like it's just too. It's such a horrible. Like I've heard of it of what happened. I forgot how it went, but it's just one of the most horrible ways to kill someone. And those people that killed him is, yeah, yeah. You do not want to mess with them. You do not want to mess with the cartels. But all right, this is my first YouTube video that I made. Um, Make sure to like and subscribe. Again, this is going to be my second channel where I'm posting a bunch of reaction videos, and just other stuff, maybe like reactions, and yeah. But thank y'all for watching. If y'all came this late, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and comment where you're from. If you're from Mexico, or if you have family in Mexico, where you're from, and yeah. But yeah, see y'all later.